Good afternoon, YouTube. This is the video you guys have been waiting for. Today is the day you get to hear the big news that I've had going on behind the scenes. So, we are in Sweetwater, Tennessee. We are here on a mission. This truck's got nothing to do with it, but we're dropping off here in Sweetwater Monday morning. But I intentionally booked this load here because I got to get a few things situated on here. So we're gonna be doing a 34-hour break here. Thankfully, they got restrooms and shower and all that kind of stuff here to accommodate me being here. But guys, first of all, big shout out to 4 State Trucks. Big shout out to 10-4 Truck Insurance. Now, if you need chrome and all that fun stuff for your truck, chrome, stacks, basically a lot of the stuff you're gonna see on these trucks here. If you need this stuff on your truck, go to 4statetrucks.com, go to their app, go to their website, go in store, get 10% off. Use my code GRIND10, GRIND10 at checkout, and you get 10% off. 4 State Trucks, I mentioned them because they're going to be involved in this video. I also mentioned 10-4 Truck Insurance because they're going to be involved in this video. If you're an owner-operator and you need insurance for your truck, hit up Miss Jessica. Her information is down there in my description below if you're using your phone or your tablet. Get a free quote, takes all of a few minutes. Y'all know it comes with the roadside, which y'all have seen get me out of problems multiple times. So they have the roadside, they have all kinds of cool insurance coverage that you can get that will get you out of a bind, and the insurance is a lot more affordable. But anyway, let's get down to what's going on here. Like I said, I shout them out because they have some stuff to do with this. So guys, we are here, Sweetwater, Tennessee, at the Gentry and Sons compound. Yes. So I have joined the Mafia once again, guys. So y'all know I'm a part of the Chrome Shop Mafia at 4 State Trucks. I'm also a part of the Gentry Mafia now. So this has been something that's been going on in the background. Y'all hear me all to say, oh, it's behind the scenes, behind the scenes, behind the scenes. And some of y'all make fun of me about that. But this has been going on for about 2 years behind the scenes. So Tim offered me an opportunity about 2 years ago. Yeah, almost 2 years ago. And at the time I was like, nah, I'm fine with what I'm doing. I said, maybe eventually, you know, we'll talk about it, but right now I'm fine. I'm with LANDSTAR. At the time I just got my FLD, and I said, let me get over here, you know, get situated, and then we'll talk later. So, all right, cool. So then, it's a story time, by the way. I'm just walking around telling y'all a story. So then, earlier this year, the same idea was proposed to me again. And I said, maybe eventually, you know, we're paying off our debt. That's the number one thing we're worried about right now. Right now with LANDSTAR, I know what I'm making. I know the lanes. I can pay off a majority of our debt. Let me get my debt paid off, except the house. Let me get my credit cards, car loans. Let me resituate my life to where if I go into this, I can do it debt-free, except the house. And so, okay, cool, all right. Well then, GBATS comes around, Guilty by Association Truck Show. It was discussed slightly there. Okay, all right, I'll think about it. And we're in a better situation now. Then after GBATS, it was proposed to me again. And so it was more of an in-depth conversation. Just a one-on-one phone call between me and Tim. And he kind of got on my behind, like, hey, you need to get out there. You need to do something with your life. So, yeah, I said, yeah. Time to get out there and progress. Because my wife's been telling me that for a while, but we wanted to get our ducks in a row first. So I said, all right. I said, we'll continue to think about it. Then I made the mistake of talking to FSC Trucking on the phone, Steve. And Steve is very convincing. So Steve gave me a whole spiel. Just kind of share some stuff with him that we have going on as a family in the background. And he just kind of gave me his point of view on things. Jeremy over there at 4 State gave me his point of view on some things. And then Steve tricked me and got me on the phone conference with him and Tim. And so we were on a three-way call for a couple of hours, discussed a few things. And that's right when the clutch went out on my Classic. And Tim was like, "You ready to come over yet?" I said, all right, Tim, you win. You win. I had another opportunity to go do some heavy hauling with my boy 18 Wheels. Y'all watch his channel, EIGHTEENWILLS. He's been hauling some pretty cool stuff. So I did a ride. I didn't get it on video just because, you know, I ain't got to get everything on video. So I did a ride along with him, and we hauled a load together. And meanwhile, I had Tim in the back of my head. You know, Tim's very convincing too, by the way. So it's like, you know what? Let's go ahead and do it. So here's the plan, guys. Here's the plan. I know y'all gonna be asking, like, what has been going on? What the heck is going on over the past couple of weeks? So the original plan was for me. I was supposed to had already been out here working for Tim and, you know, doing what I had to do over here. And so then I got the call about the red truck, you know, about hauling it from California to North Carolina, which just so happens to be only 4 hours from where I stand right now. Where I'm dropping the truck off, only 4 hours away. So originally, when we discussed everything with Tim and FSC, I was gonna either book a flight, but at the time the government shutdown was happening, so it was kind of difficult trying to get on the flight, and Houston was one of the worst airports that were backed up due to TSA workers quitting and stuff. And so the original plan was for me to jump on a flight or jump in a rental car and shoot up here, get started, get to work. Y'all know it's always been my dream to do heavy haul and to get into the big stuff. So Tim was like, "Get your behind up here. I got a 10 wide load sitting right here with your name on it, get to work." And I was going to do that. Then I got the phone call to haul this truck, which is why I was trying to find out, do my research on quitting LANDSTAR, because there's a bunch of different departments with LANDSTAR. So I was in some of the Facebook forums trying to figure out which department to call. That's when I got the call to do the piss test. And then that's when I also got the call to get that truck right there from California. The driver abandoned it and take it out to North Carolina. And so I said, hey, you know, let me postpone it for a week or two. I'm still on with LANDSTAR. Let me get this truck cross country, and then we'll go from there. So I postponed this gig here. We are only 4 hours away from where she's going to be residing with the owner of the fleet. But I am going to run the truck another week because Thanksgiving's in a couple of days, and it's just I'd rather just drop the truck off after Thanksgiving. Just cause. So we're dropping this load off in Sweetwater Monday. Then we're picking up a load elsewhere, and it's going down to Mississippi. Then we're going to head down to Baton Rouge, to Laredo, and then find a load up to North Carolina to go drop this truck off. And then we'll get a rental car or something and drive the 4 hours here. But big shout out to the fleet owners of this truck here. And they took care of me on this whole entire trip, paid for all my travel and all that stuff. So, but yeah. So anyway, so here's the plan, guys. Here's the plan. The plan is, I was originally supposed to have Kim already been out here, right? I postponed it. So the plan is, we are going to be jumping in one of these trucks, one of Tim's trucks. Which one? I think I know which one it is. He's already kind of given me a hint of which one. Well, he told me which one it is, if it's still available when I come over here. So y'all comment down below, which truck do you think he's gonna let me drive? Might be that one. Might be this Classic right here. I don't know. Comment down below. But so I'm gonna be jumping in one of his trucks. FSC, Steve, he's out of commission right now. If you want to know what it is, go check out. He dropped a video. He kind of briefly discussed it a little bit. But Steve's out of commission. So before he was out of commission, he had something scheduled. And big shout out to FSC Trucking. So FSC, he's been a huge push in all this. FSC was he was dropping a load off near Denver, Colorado. That man was going to deadhead, I think 900 miles down to Houston, grab my truck, bring it. At first, he was going to take it up to his shop up there in Wisconsin. First, he was going to do that and take the truck to his shop, and then let me hop in Black Dog because they know I want to get some experience hauling oversized. So he's like, bring your truck to the shop, I'll fix it. You jump in Black Dog, go do some heavy hauling stuff, get some experience up, and we'll go from there. You know, maybe lease on with me. We'll figure it out. And then talking to Tim, you know, Steve was willing to come from Denver, Colorado, to Houston, Texas, drop my truck off out here in Sweetwater, Tennessee, and then go back home, all deadhead, all empty miles, not getting paid for a dime. You know, because I have to get my Classic outfitted to haul some of these trailers here. So there are certain things, and Tim wants to go through the whole entire truck, make sure everything is top notch, make sure she's got the right tune on it for the stuff that we're going to be doing. So huge shout out to Steve for willing to do all that. Now, he's still going to do it, but he was going to hurry up and do it last week, only because, you know, he knew he was going to be out of commission for a couple of weeks. And so I said, you know what, let me just do this thing with this red truck. That way nothing's rushed. So when Steve gets back to work, he's going to be working his way down to Houston to grab my Classic, bring it up here, drop it off. They do everything they got to do with the truck here in the shop. And then I'll be jumping in the Classic to go haul for Tim. But while my truck is in the shop, I'm going to be driving one of these trucks up here. So that is the plan. Also, while I'm over here, the plan is I'm going to be getting my certification for pilot car, for being an escort. So while I'm over here, I'm going to be getting that. Tim said, while you're here, get your behind in the shop so you can learn how to turn a wrench better, learn how to work in the shop and work on your truck better. Also, learn the business side of things. Like, you know, Tim's got a bunch of contracts and stuff. You know, learn the business side of things, you know, getting your own contracts. You know, I've had my own numbers before, you know, getting back out there and getting your own numbers. And get my experience up. Also hauling heavy haul, hauling the big stuff, the oversized stuff, the overweight stuff. And then eventually doing it on my own. So that's the plan. That's the plan. So I'm gonna do this for a year or two, learn everything I can while I'm here, get my pilot's car license, get my experience up, learn the business side of things, and whatever else he has to teach me, that's what I'm going to do. So you all see how the first thing we got to do to my Classic. You see how this fifth wheel is sitting way back here on this Classic? That's going to be one of the first things we have to do to my truck. So that way I can haul one of these trailers back over here. So that is the plan, guys. But like I said, big shout out to FSC Trucking, because he was willing to do all that, and still is, you know, once he gets back to work, that's what he's going to be doing. So we're going to be hauling a Classic up here. They're going to be getting their hands on it and getting her situated so I can be, I'm still going to be an owner operator. But the big thing is, guys, here's the big thing. Once Steve finishes with the cab over, and once I get the FLD sorted out and situated, I'm going to be leasing all 3 trucks on over here. And what I'm going to be doing is swapping back and forth each truck. So one week I might be in a Classic, the next week I might be in an FLD, and the week after that I might be in a cab over, and then do it all over again. That way it keeps the content fresh. So the cab over will be going back to work, the FLD will be going back to work, and the Classic will be remaining at work. So that is the plan. And also being leased on over here. My kids and my family get to ride with me sometimes. LANDSTAR, we couldn't do that. LANDSTAR, I couldn't have more than 1 truck on at a time. And then with LANDSTAR, I couldn't get the cab over on. So there's a lot more opportunity over here for me to kind of be independent and do what I want to do. Nothing against LANDSTAR at all. It was great over there. You got to pay off pretty much all of our debt except the house. Y'all saw me run hard the past couple of years and get all that situated. That way, now when I make this transition, it's a lot less stress of having to, you know, have a car note, credit cards, personal loans, medical bills, and all that kind of stuff. Now, it's just the house. So the past couple of years, that's what we've been working towards. I keep mentioning things like, oh, behind the scenes this and behind the scenes that. We've been getting ourselves situated to make a move. Was it a Gentry and Sons move originally? It was an option. It wasn't the actual move. It was one of many options, but we knew we were going to make a move from LANDSTAR. We just didn't know when, and we just didn't know where. But after a few phone conversations and a few conversations, period. This is going to be our new work home, guys, over here at Gentry and Sons. So that's what's been going on behind the scenes. I hope it makes sense. So a big shout out to Tim, a big shout out to Steve, and also Crystal Miller. I talked to her at GBATS, and she had a few words of advice too. And so we went ahead and made the move, guys. So we're gonna be hauling some interesting stuff here. And he's got the open deck stuff. He's got the specialized stuff. He also has a reefer deal too here. So we've got options to grow, and we've got options to learn. So, but yeah. So this has been the big secret, guys. We're gonna be coming over here to Gentry and Sons Trucking. And then here eventually in the next year or two, once I'm more comfortable with securing down freight and learning the business, I do have people I could haul for that offered me contracts in the past. With me having my own numbers, I will be able to do that. So this classic is nice, man. I remember when they painted this truck. I don't know if anybody's in it. They got a few parts in there. I'm not open. Yeah, I don't think anybody's in this truck. I don't want to just go around opening people's stuff, but I don't know. We could be hopping in this truck. I don't know if anybody's in these two. Could be hopping in a 389. If I do hop in a 389, that'd be my first time driving a Peterbilt other than that one. I have never driven a Peterbilt before. And I've never driven anything with a Caterpillar in it either. Oh, it could be the FLD. Could be hopping in it. Let's go check it out. But yeah, we were at the Gentry and Sons compound, guys. Could be hopping in the FLD. Y'all see how this fifth wheel is slid all the way back? And they got the ramps right there. That's gonna be the first thing we do to the Classic to get her outfitted for hauling this stuff out here. Looks at the Mac. I think that was a Mac. Yeah, it was a Mac. I don't know. Like I said, you all comment down below on which truck you think I'm hopping in. This thing sounds good. It's got to have a 12.7 in it. I could be hopping in this truck. I don't know. So what do you guys think in the comment section? Did I make the right move? I don't know. Only time will tell, huh? But we've been we've been praying on this for a while. And my wife's completely on board. She's been also pushing me to make this decision also. So we've got a lot of support behind this. But it just opens up more opportunity than what we had over at LANDSTAR. But over here, I will be able to probably double my profits over here, double my take home, and that's what we're looking to do. And now that we're situated financially, you know, we can move around a little bit. But that debt was definitely holding us back. I just didn't like the idea of making a transition and wanting to try something else. And, you know, usually you got to take an L before you grow. So, but yeah, guys, Gentry and Sons is going to be our new home. Everything is pretty much situated for us to make this transition over here. But right now, I'm just waiting on Steve to get situated, and he's bringing my classic up here. Really figure out a way to get the FLD up here, and once he does what he does with the cab over, we'll be getting the cab over out here. But speaking of cab overs, that thing is nice. Goes, man. Goes. And I do like that stretch on it too. I like that black visor. I'm not an international guy, but that one just stands out to me. But the one that does, oh yeah. The single axle. Tim, I might need some parts off this truck. I might need some parts off this one. Actually, I didn't see this one over here. Oh, it's a white Freightliner, nice. Now guys, when I first watched Gentry and Sons, I think it was this truck that he had pulled out the woods. And it's something seeing it sit here. It's a nice truck. It's a lot bigger than mine, I think. Oh, I need some parts off this truck too, Tim. Like the bumper. But yeah, the very first Gentry and Sons video I seen, it was old by the time I had seen it, is when he pulled this thing out of the woods. That was a while ago. And it's something to where I'm going to be over here. But all that just to say, guys, you work hard, you do right, you know. God definitely blesses you. You know, just a bit of a backstory. You know, I remember watching this channel as a fan, and then being inspired. Now, if y'all know the story where I met Just Trucking, if you watch that video of his, you know. But where I met Just Trucking is the one that got me into YouTube. Well, that truck stop where I met Justin and he talked me into doing a YouTube channel. Tim was at that same truck stop. He had the white International cab over. Him and his family, actually, they stopped through there on our way back from Mid-America Truck Show. I was taking a load to South Carolina. I left the truck show. I was going to drop a load off in South Carolina. And at that truck stop where I met Just Trucking, I met Tim there too for the first time. Really good dude. And didn't think anything about it. And I'm gonna start this little amateur YouTube channel. Did that. Obviously, channel grew and it's been growing like crazy as of recently. TikTok too. My TikTok grinding gears has been growing pretty good too. But yeah. Never thought I'd be over here doing something I've always wanted to do, which is haul open deck and heavy haul stuff. People don't see the behind the scenes. It's just, oh, you get a bunch of free stuff from Forest State. Oh, you get a bunch of free stuff from here, there, and blah, blah, blah. What people don't see is the hard work it takes to do this YouTube stuff. Running 70 hours a week, legally. If you're legal, you're running 70 hours a week. Running 70 hours a week and having to record, which takes 3 times as long to do anything. And then I don't get 10-hour breaks. I don't get 10-hour breaks because most of that is editing. Y'all know I upload every single day, Monday through Friday. I upload videos. And then I go live on weekends, at least like Saturdays usually, which takes away from family time, which also is work. Usually about 2 to 3 hours on the weekends. It's a lot of work doing this YouTube stuff. It's a lot of work to keep up with these sponsors, to keep them happy. And it's not just shooting a video, oh, we get free stuff. There's a whole bunch of other stuff that goes behind the scenes. But the past 2 years, 2.5 years, we've been pushing this YouTube thing, coming up on 3 years, I think. We've been pushing this YouTube thing, and it's finally starting to pay off. We don't really get much off of YouTube. It's pretty much, we get a decent amount on YouTube, but this month has been really good because, you know, everything going on, but hard work and dedication. And people don't see all the behind the scenes. All they see is the video that comes up at noon every day, Central Time. They don't see all the behind the scenes and the sacrifice that goes into it. All that just to say, work hard. It doesn't have to be YouTube. Work hard at whatever you're doing. Keep God in the mix of your decision making. And, you know, sky's the limit after that. And then also do right by your family and do right by yourself. That goes along. Do right by your family and do right by others. And yourself too. You'd be surprised at how long that goes. Y'all know that we're kind of against the grain when it comes to doing stuff the normal, typical way. You know, we're all often looked at as what's the word I'm looking at? Like oddballs. You know, with my wife staying at home, you know, and kids homeschooling our kids. And just select other few things that we do. People look at us as oddballs, as the outcast. But it's what God told us to do, and that's what we're going to do. And because we did that, you know, we've been blessed left and right, you know, without question. And so, just as a guy who had pretty much has gone through the struggle of the apartments with the roaches in them, and I've got like 5, 6, or 7 repos on my record from years ago, back when I was just dumb and immature. You know, I've got a bunch of repos on my record. I've got broken leases, evictions, to now having a beautiful home that my wife got to customize and pretty much build herself. And we have literally scriptures written on the 2x4s on the frame of the house. All the way to, you know, 3 paid off vehicles. You know, a healthy family, you know, and my wife gets to invest all her effort and time into our kids and raise them how we want to raise them. You know, it takes sacrifice. A lot of people don't see the work and the sacrifice behind it, man. If you only knew. Like the daily uploading takes a lot. You know, if I had to ship a receiver and I get there at 2 a.m. to park on site, and they're gonna come knocking on my door at 5:30, 6 a.m., and it's gonna take me 3 hours to edit, and then by the time they offload me, I got my hours back. You know, I'm not gonna say how much time I've slept or didn't sleep or whatever, but you can put 2 and 2 together. You know, that's regularly. So it takes sacrifice. So I'm not saying get into YouTube and do YouTube. I'm just saying that whatever you do it to the best of your ability, because the skies is the limit. I'm not saying everybody has to come work for Gentry and Sons, but whatever it is you want to do, get into it, do it right, and do it well. And that's what we've been teaching our kids as of recently. Do a job, do it well, and keep God in the mix of it. So, big shout out to Forest State Trucks. So they're going to be sponsoring the repairs on the Classic, like the clutch and all that stuff. They're going to be sending us all the parts that we need, and then to get our truck outfitted to haul this stuff. So big shout out to Forest State over there. Like I said, I can get y'all 10% off. Just use my code GRIND10, grind10, get 10% off. And then 10-4 truck insurance. They're gonna be swapping over the insurance from LANDSTAR to Gentry and Sons. So I'm just not gonna switch on companies, guys. You know, leasing on or contracting with. I can still stay with 10-4 truck insurance because it's my truck. I can choose the insurance I want on it. And so I'll be getting the, basically the same package I got now with LANDSTAR. So a big shout out to them. Also, grindinggears.shop. Y'all get your shirts. We do have some new merch on there. Get your orders in, and then when I get back to the house, we'll be shipping them out. So grindinggears.shop. I'm wearing the cab over shirt right now. We do have some Freightliner Classic shirts on there, and we have hoodies too. So y'all go check it out. But guys, just a little motivation for you guys. I want to give you guys an update as to what's going on and what the big secret has been. Got to build the anticipation, you know. But the anticipation and this whole deal here has doubled my YouTube revenue too. So thank you guys for that. It's definitely a blessing, and we couldn't do it without you guys. So y'all give yourselves a round of applause. Here pretty soon, I am looking at doing a pretty nice giveaway, guys, to say thank you. Not really a giveaway, but a raffle. A giveaway and a raffle, actually. Doing both. So you guys stay tuned for that. But really big thank you to the Gentry family. Really big thank you to FSC Trucking. Big thank you to my wife and kids. Big thank you to Mother Trucker. He's been giving me some good advice. OTR Bandit, want to give him a shout out. Josh's Trucking Adventures. My buddy Trucking with the Rich, who is now Daddy Rabbit Trucking. Big shout out to McGee Films. Who else is out there? If I'm forgetting your names, hey, don't beat me up for it. Big thank you for your support, for your ideas, and for y'all's advice, because we are ready to move on and move forward. Oh, Trucking Resources, Jeremy and Ginger over at 4 State, Jessica Rush over at 10-4 Truck Insurance. Like I said, y'all hit them up for insurance. Make sure you tell me you want the Grinding Gears package. But yeah, this is where we're at, guys. This has been the big secret as to what's been going on. So thank y'all for watching. Hit that subscribe button to follow my journey over here. It's going to be a few days after the holidays, and then we're going to get over here and get to work. So this is a little inspiration for you guys as well. But it's time to get to work. It's time to try something new, and I hope you guys follow me for this new adventure. So thank y'all for watching. My name is Grinding Gears, and I will catch you guys on the next episode at noon 01 Central Standard Time, Monday through Friday. And we'll go live with you guys on Saturday evening. So stay tuned. Yeah, weight reduction.
What about Detroit 12.7?
Same, get turbo.
Same one? Yeah. How much horsepower you think?
I mean, you can make 700 for this, reliably.
Okay.
But good temperatures.
I have a Fitzgerald engine.
Well, sorry.
I'm up to 550,000 miles with no rebuild.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've got one that's got 800 ain't touched.
The Coronado?
Yep. Well, no, that's an OEM motor. But I've got one in another truck that's got 800 on it. Haven't done nothing to it. It's a Fitzgerald motor. They only had like 1 year or so had a bad run. So, but no, 600-700 horsepower.
The one I got now is a 14 Detroit.
You can make good power. That's it.
Count. Tim, we have cameras, we have witnesses.
Real good power right there.
No more than 600 horses. I can't blow that truck up. Mr. Robert watches my channel still. He will beat me up.
Okay.
And take that truck back in a heartbeat.
Okay, no more than 800. Okay.